People of all sizes, large and little, ladies and gentlemen, and folks somewhere in the middle, welcome back to Sushimi's House. I'm your loving host, Master Sushimi, joined today by my sweet sister, Ice Bubbie.
Hello.
We're back with some more Control. It's an early session.
Yes, it is. We got that early Sunday morning silliness.
Yeah, your boys in PJs.
Your boy is in PJs. Fit check for Bubbie, because we're gonna go do a cool thing.
Oh yeah, we're gonna hang out with, friend of the show, Marcy.
We're gonna go to this is too early. You can't do this early, okay? So we are... Oh, right. Doing like an Earth Day fair, which we're very excited about. So I had to go ahead and come over dressed so that we could record, and then immediately after...
Oh, you can do this now.
Oh. You're gonna explode yourself.
Yeah, that's why I released them in a direction.
You can do this now.
Oh, it's just a short little area.
I have like a little white box t-shirt that has a bee on it because it felt right.
Last action hero over here.
Not a sponsor, PopFlex Black Skort, because I just love that brand and I like her. So I don't know. If you like exercise clothes, go look at her. But anyway, I like this skort. And some Old Navy socks, because your girl only had like 3 pairs of white socks and it was very sad. One of them had been worn so often they're a little gray, even though they've gone in the wash. So I said no more. Absolutely no more of this.
That's fair. Your boy wears like socks that I get off of Amazon.
Well,
because I can just get a pack of them really cheap, and I like them to be consistent, like all the same kind. So I've started just like anytime an old sock shows up and I don't like, it's just like a little bit too dirty or a little bit like too full of holes. I'm like, oh no, time to retire. Goodbye.
That's fair. No, still not sponsored. There's so many things. Again, I'm somebody who's very like, if I find a thing I like talking about it, I like sharing it. I obviously do not get paid to do this ever. But I will say, I was gonna get some Bombas, but understandably so, they're a bit more expensive because they do the thing where it's like you buy a pair and then they donate a pair, so it kind of increases the price, which is fine with me. But I guess I'll talk about the great current debacle of 2023, even though literally Jonathan yesterday said
old friends. Do you still have that pulled up by any chance?
Old friends. I don't. I gotta pull that up though.
Okay. Sorry, I just didn't want us to like have no track whatsoever.
That's fair. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. But the great current debacle of 2023. So the apartment Jonathan and I have moved into, it's so vague. Defeat his corrupted guy. Well, yeah, but like where?
I sure hope so.
There's just I sure hope it does.
Oh, it tells us it's like all.
Yeah, it tells you. Okay.
So like we'll probably stumble into.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, this was already down here.
So our walls are, our ceilings are really tall. Like we have 10-foot walls or 10-foot ceilings, whatever way you want to describe it. So our bedroom window is just tall as fuck.
Oh god, this has become like a meme in our household.
Yeah, and hey, completely justified. So first time Jonathan buys a gorgeous curtain, and notice how I said curtain. It's this beautiful deep blue. And I'm like, love of my life, apple of my eye. It's gorgeous.
This doesn't. Or what?
This doesn't match our sheets at all. Like, not even close, not by a long shot.
Oh.
Also, why is there only one? And that's me. Oh.
My eyes open.
So I send him his merry way to go return it. This man is a disaster in terms of returning things. He's gotten better about it, but my god. Like, our mom is very like, keep the receipt, keep the box intact, keep the tags on, because you never know, right?
Yeah.
And he would make fun of me for having so many clothes in my closet where the tags on. A, that means I don't wear new clothes often enough, clearly. And B, like, he's just like, why are the tags still on it? And it's like, well, because, you know, when I bought it, I wasn't sure if, like, I was like, what if I don't keep it? What if I need to exchange it? You never know. So anyway, so he threw away the receipt. So when he went to return it, he was like, look, I don't have the receipt. Like, straight up, I don't have the receipt. But the box was intact because he hadn't taken it out. So she was like, well, we can give you credit. Great. So we went ahead and bought the exact curtain, but in a different color that was more neutral, that would match, like a gray or something, that would match our 2 sets of sheets and comforters. Excellent. So we put it on the window. Except they're very short. They were, oh god, they're like 84 inches long, or which is like standard, but again, for our window, it's like high waters. Like it just doesn't.
High waters.
There's just like a good 5 inches of space below that's just like wasn't covered.
What is it? They call it at Ecuador puddle jumpers.
Yes. And so I was like, it was better than having no curtain, let me tell you, because we don't have blinds. You fuckhead.
I heard the screech at the last second.
I just saw the big ball and I was like, oh god.
They sneak up on you.
They do. So, we don't have blinds. We have like they're blinds but not blinds. It's like one solid curtain, but it's still a little see-through. And my side of the bed faces the window. So of course, like, I would deal with like coming through early in the morning. So like, I wasn't getting, like, the first week I was waking up, I'm not kidding, every hour to 2 hours.
Oof.
And it wasn't like, oh man, I'm going right back to sleep. I was not. I was waking up and then being awake for a while and then going back to sleep and then waking up. And I told him, I was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't work like
That ain't
this.
living.
That ain't living. So he was like, totally hear you. I got you, babe. And then bought the blue singular curtain. And I was like, I really do love the commitment. However, you missed it. You didn't actually read the assignment. So we were like, okay, well, this is unacceptable. Like, it's doing a good job, but our parents are laughing hysterically daily at us. And also, like, it just looks goofy. Like, when it's open, doesn't matter. Closed, you can obviously tell.
Amazing.
So
You guys are the perfect couple.
So our mother was like, ganbate, don't give up. At home has great things. I'm sure they'll have it. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll check. She's very like, I tell her we'll check, and she's like, sounds sus. And then she'll go check herself before I even get a chance to go. And then will, tell me, hey, check it out. So she went to At Home at some point and was like, look, they have 95-inch curtains. Like length, so these will totally work for you. She's like, they have 2 colors only, so come here when you get a chance, pick one of the 2 colors. So I was working, so I told Jonathan, hey, when you're off and you get a chance, go get some. He's like, yes.
That was your mistake.
No, listen, I'm not gonna blame him, because nobody, not once, not me, not mom, not him, not anybody, was like, hey, we should probably measure the width too, because of course he buys these. And I'm like, yes, excellent, this is it. And also this color's nice, loving it. And then I get a text while I'm at work that goes, good news, curtains are up. No, I went to go babysit. So like, I came home from work, I got him started on getting the curtain set up, and then I was like, hey, I gotta go babysit. And he's like, yeah, no worries. And so when I get to babysitting and I'm like there hanging out with the girls, I get a text that's like, good news, the curtains are up. Bad news, they're too thin. And I'm thinking, like, how are they too thin? They're blackout curtains. And then I get a picture and they're like, they felt like, those those shirts you see at the beach where it's got like a curvy woman silhouette drawn, but it's like a big baggy white t-shirt.
Okay.
It felt like the opposite of that.
Interesting.
Like, I don't know how else. So it's just like too thin. So now we have like one
this
to two.
This guy's squirrely, and
yeah,
I don't
this
like
one.
it.
This one is stop. So it's like 1 to 2 inches on each side where light comes through, or if we cover the sides, it's just like a big block of like 2 to 4 inches in the middle that just light. And I'm like, this can't be happening. Oh, also, we couldn't return the pair that were too short because
He threw away the receipt.
No, he tore the fuck out of the container up. Like
Why?
a rabid little animal just and I'm like, have you not learned? Do you know nothing? So I was like,
Oh, he's done.
we don't tear packages open. They have tape. You carefully undo the tape best as you can, especially when it's questionable if it will work, and I think I'm just cursed to never have a good curtain, maybe. Not really. We finally solved the debacle. So now I'm like, okay, well, those are too short, so those went to Sush. Great. Because I was like...
Oh, yeah, because I was still rocking your curtains.
You were rocking my, like,
light
teal
blue.
baby blue curtains, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. They don't really match the thing you've got going on in the room, so just take these. They also, thankfully, were, like, $40, so it's like, it doesn't hurt too... It still hurts a little, but not too terribly, at least. So the second pair, I was like, don't fucking tear the box. Do not look at that box until I come home. So we managed to, some way, somehow, get the repackaged and returned. Thankfully, because I was like... And he kept the receipt. He did that without me having to tell him, finally. So I was like, we truly can't keep doing this. So then finally, our mom was like, just go to Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know. They've got... Because that's where my curtains that were in the bedroom here at the house were from. And we did finally find some that were like 50 inches wide, 95 inches long. And they are great. Not a people light came through this morning because when I woke up, I was like, am I up too early or too late? I literally can't tell because no light is coming through. And I checked my alarm and I was like up like 10 minutes before my alarm and I was like, dope. And then moved on with my day. So that's the current debacle of 2023. I forgot how it even came up. There was a reason.
I also don't remember.
Oh well. Anywho,
yeah, we've been clowning on you hard. We love you so much, but we've been clowning on you.
No, that's fair. I get it.
Viciously.
That's that. I understand. I
realize I have magic powers, so there's no point in waiting for an elevator.
So don't actually need it. That's fair. Yeah, no.
If I'm going upsies, yeah, sure.
Yeah, upsies, yes. Downsies, not so much. Like, I will take some fault. However, I will say a lot of the time it was him buying the shit. Oh God, our mother's solution though.
When I got free curtains though.
Huh?
I got free curtains though.
You got free curtains. He'd forgotten too. He was like, "Where did those first ones go?" And I was like, "To my sibling. We talked about this." And he was like, "Oh yeah." But
also like
the alternative was Goodwill. So like,
yeah, it's funny to see the things that people all get like weird about, right? Like everybody's weird about something, right?
Yeah.
Coming over to your apartment, connecting to the Wi-Fi, and you immediately, lightning speed, getting a text message like, "Who's connected to the Wi-Fi?"
Oh my God, rabid
little freak about it.
This makes him sound possessive. He's not. He's really not.
He's the most like sincerely relaxed person.
Yeah, like he really
about so much stuff.
So many things. He's very.
But you put him in a different enclosure. And this beast goes wild.
That's what it is. His parents were so happy for me, but also kind of like how we get when Marcy talks about her job.
Yo.
Where Marcy's like, oh my gosh, like I'm making literal rainbows with children. And I'm like, that's so cool. I had to help a man not die today. So I do love that for you. But like, you're genuinely like, I love that for you, but also, why can't that be me? Yeah. God, I wish that were me. You know? Which I guess it could have been if I had chosen to be a librarian, but we've seen the typos I make. I can't. That can't be me. It couldn't be me.
Listen, reading's hard.
Fireworks. Yeah, those are kind of like fireworks. I kind of love that. So,
baby Yora.
So, like, they came over to see our apartment. So, like, they helped us move in, and then, like, a month later, they came over because they're like, well, you know, we want to let you guys get settled in, get furniture, so you don't feel, like, pressed to rush and make the place decent for visitors. And I was like, no, that's fair. And they saw our place, and it was... this past like weekend we've slacked a little bit, I think, because we were both home and it was like nose goes on who's cleaning because we're like, well, I'm off too, you know. But beyond that, we've kept a pretty pristine place because like he knows I'm particular about things being clean, but also like we have a Roomba, so he keeps our floors clean. And then, like, wiping down our counters is very easy. And then he has more days off than I do. And let me tell you, he does a damn good job at cleaning the bathroom. Like, you've lived in a bathroom that I cleaned, and you know I do a pretty good job at cleaning it. He cleans it better than I do.
Damn.
He like really, really does an impeccable job. So it's like okay, hell yeah, you know?
Good on him.
Right? So they were like, wow, your place is really clean, really put together and organized. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, that's amazing, but like, how?
How'd you do that?
How? And I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, they were like, I mean, we were like, well, we know you're a really clean girl, you know, you like keeping things clean. And I was like, oh, honey, no, I work a 9 to 6. It's your son. And they were like, no, it's not. That's not true. That cannot be him. She was like, my house has never been clean since this man was born. And Jonathan is not like a messy person. He's not. But like there are things he creates messes of that he doesn't realize, like cups. He's the cup/bottles guy. You walk into a room and there's like 3 water bottles. One's a quarter finished, one's half finished, one's somehow full for whatever reason. That's not the one he was gonna drink next though, and you don't know why. Or at least that's how he was. He's again a lot better about it now. And it's like, well, he's like, well, yeah, it's my space now. I pay for this space and I need it to look good. Almost like fair.
Yeah, whatever works, right?
Whatever works. I'm fine with it. I'm like, hey, whatever. So when you said the environment thing, it made me laugh because I thought of exactly that. It's like, this is now like his space, his environment, and therefore he's a lot more particular. Hell, I'm the one now, because I was ready to give him shit because he used to leave socks and just clothes just on the floor constantly. You know, found out the easy solution was just to get him a hamper. I'm the one now that does it. Not all the time, but like, especially if I'm like in a rush to get ready for work, my PJs will end up on the floor. Usually on the floor of my closet or on the floor of my side of the bed. Like, I don't just like throw them randomly, but they still on the floor. And I'll get a ahem, and I'm like, oh, my bad. Yep, I did do that. That's the thing I gave you shit for, now I'm doing it. So sorry.
Old squad made of voracious.
Oh, yep. Vicious. So that was a thing. No, but the Wi-Fi thing, oh my god. So the Wi-Fi we have, and he like set it up so it's like his account. It tells him when things connect to the Wi-Fi. And like, so of course, like I connect to my phone.
I can't imagine a more obnoxious notification to get.
So I like, you know, when we first set up my phone, set up my laptop, set up his laptop, set up his computer, set up mine. No, mine we didn't set up initially because I didn't
got it.
No, did you not hear him?
I heard her make a comment, but I never saw a body.
Oh no, you launched like 3 things at it, and it like you disintegrated. That's why I went brutal.
Oh, you said Savage. I
thought
that was the dude's name.
No, just like you disintegrated that man. That man couldn't even make a noise, and you're just like dead.
Fair. I just saw a shadow, and I was like, well, I have to strike. I must do murder.
Truly. Zero mercy. So it tells him. So we got everything set up in the beginning, and then on one of my days where I got off early, or like he was working, I don't know. It was like a weekend. I set up our Roomba, and I of course had to connect to the Wi-Fi. And within 5 minutes, if not less, of that, I get a text being like, "Hey, we're just connected to the Wi-Fi." You know, which he didn't know I was setting up the Roomba, so I was like, "Oh, hey, it's just the Roomba," and he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." So I was like, that was kind of fast. Cut to a different day. Similarly, I connect something and I get a text.
Right, like you switch or something.
This is somebody who does not text me while he's at work. Well, when he can, he will, but that's not often. So he does not text me while he's at work very often. So
I'm always hungry.
That's why I did my drinky drink.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that in the next session.
Talk about too. So I was like, okay. There was a day where, I'm not kidding, I was like, okay. I was like, hey, good morning. I hope work is going okay. Just an update. Like, I washed the sheets. I did this. I did that. Hour or two later. Oh, hey, by the way, before I forget, just while I have it on my mind, said something, you know. Hour or two later. Oh, also, question, and asked him a question. No response to any of those texts. Again, he's at work. I understand that. I don't expect an immediate answer. If it's urgent or emergent, I would call him. And knock on wood, have not needed to do that so far. Then you and Marcy came over. And
this was that same day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I connected both of your phones to the Wi-Fi. And I even told you guys, I said, I have texted him multiple times and he's not answering me. I promise you, the moment I connect you guys to the Wi-Fi, within 15 minutes, he will respond. It wasn't 15. It was a minute. I timed it. It was a minute. I connected you guys, and I got a who connected to the Wi-Fi. I was like, you motherfucker. I've texted you about so many other things, but the moment somebody connects to your Wi-Fi, you're on high alert.
Right, like that's what it is. At this point, it's like that's your Wi-Fi.
That's his
Wi-Fi. We're
I
both
guess.
paying for the internet service. That's your
But it's
Wi-Fi.
your Wi-Fi, I guess. So anyway.
Freak behavior.
Fucking freak.
I'm saying, like, people have these weird little idiosyncrasies that you'd never think about until you live with them.
Yeah, no, it's just so... And
things that, like, you don't even think... Not that this is, like, complaint time, but, like, things that you, like, never would think about, like, oh, that's something that would bother me. They start to bother you.
Well, it's funny because the things I thought would bother me haven't, because he hasn't been doing them. He hasn't. I think he was like, I gotta get it together or something.
Shit together, dude.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, next time more on apartment living, I guess.
Next time it's Jimmy's house. Later.
Bye.
You gotta know you're in for something special. You gotta feel it in your bones. Oh, you're gonna find what you need all in time. If you're looking for it, na 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 na. If you're looking for it, na 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 na.